Okay, we're back with the 79 Super Beetle. We're getting to the moldings and rubber seals, fender seals, stuff like that. We've done a good portion of the front, so we're going to walk you through some of the back and what we're doing, what we have done, so hold tight. There she is. We got most of the chrome molding on. All the headlights wired. Headlights aren't in, but we've still got to do some polishing on the chrome. We got the turn signals in. I got to polish those up and try to get the inside reflections. There you go. I got to get the inside reflectors cleaned up so they'll be bright inside the lenses. I painted these shafts right here for the bumper mounts, or mounts for the bumper. So we could get the bumper on, but the bumper's kind of dingy. We're going to wax it up and see if we can do anything with it. These beading in between the fenders, front fenders, went in pretty good, but the holes didn't line up for this bug. Apparently they make it to where you have to recut a lot of them. This is what they look like, and they don't line up at all, so I'm gonna have to line it up with the old molding right here and try to cut out new holes for it and get them on there. There's the bumper. Looks pretty shiny through the foam, but it's got its bad spots here and there. I'm checking on a place in Greensboro to see if we can't maybe get these things re-chromed. As much as I've done to this bug, I hate to see something like that go back on it. It just will show, as nice as this bug looks, it will show all the imperfections on the bumper and kind of reflect bad on the bug itself. We came through here, got all this on, got the running boards on. I still got to peel that blue tape off, but I'm going to do that very, very last. Them little chrome pieces on the fenders right there, somehow or another they expect you to bend real thick metal to go up to that fender right there, and it just don't work so good. So I had to take some stainless steel screws and screw it in. Don't look so bad. After we get done getting the bug together, we're going to come back in here with some black undercoating or paint just to black that out so it'll look a little bit better when you're looking at it from that angle. The back fender, we're getting ready to get the fender on, but I got a few little things to do with these hoses back here. There's one hose broke off right here for the charcoal canister from the fuel tank that sucks the vapors out of the fuel tank. I think that's where our vapor was coming from, these bad hoses right here. And it's a lot easier to fix those while the fender's off. I had to put the bolts in and chase out the threads on the fenders before I actually got the fender up in there, because they got paint and stuff in them and I had to make sure they were cleaned out. Got the rubber seal in here in this channel right here for the engines in the back, but I'm going to call it a hood cover, engine cover, and got that rubber seal on, and we're going to work our way all the way around to this side, which is the driver's side. Got most of the moldings and chromes on this side too. I wanted to do one category at a time. So this category is putting the fender seals in, the beading, and getting the running boards on, because it's kind of a process. You got to kind of do it all at one time, because there's a little bit of adjustment in all three pieces. When you put it all together and just kind of tighten it up from the center out, it looks better. Then I'll probably move on to the inside. I'll get the windshield in, get these doors framed up as far as the windows back in, try to get the door panels on, and come back into the back and get the back panels on. I didn't take the window mechanisms out of the back because we could hide the window inside the body or the chassis. Looks dirty in there, but once we get it vacuumed out and cleaned out and got my wires ran where they're supposed to go, it'll look a little bit better. So we're gonna go move on here. This thing looks shinier every time I look at it. We can't put wax on this thing for about 3 months, so we give it time to breathe and dry out good, and we put wax on it, it's going to be even shinier. Won't have as much static electricity, because right now every piece of dust that comes through here, you can probably see that right there. Static electricity just clings the dust right to this thing. I wasn't worried about scratching it because I got to buff it again anyway. We're going to go ahead and start getting that back fender and all that stuff there on. I got to take those bolts back out and put the fender up in there and get the fender up in there, all the bolts in, but leave them loose, and then I can slide them slots in the fender beading down in there and tighten it up a little bit at a time all the way around until I get it to where I want it. Then I'll come through and retighten everything all in one shot, and this side will be done as far as the fenders and side panel, or what are them things called, the kickboards, railing. Anyway, you heard me say it a while ago. I'm going to go ahead and get these lights on. They'll probably be another day, because these fenders is going to take me 4 or 5 hours of tedious work by myself anyway. So we'll come back with a progress report after we get this side finished, and we'll move on to the other side, or I may just wait until we get both sides finished with both of the fenders and running boards. That's what those things are called. We'll get both sides of fenders and running boards. We'll come back and do an update and see what's going on there. Until next video, we'll see you.